webinar on the theme Career Opportunities for Commerce Students with focus on the Company Secretary's course. I shall introduce Mrs. Chitra Anantaraman to you first. Mrs. Chitra Anantaraman is presently the Deputy Director of Southern India Regional Council of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, Chennai. Starting her career with the institute about 3 decades back, Mrs. Chitra Anantaraman moved up the ladder to become the Deputy Director. During these years, she had handled a variety of assignments which are interesting as well as challenging. She has received Achievers Award from Alma Mater, SDNB Vaishnav College for Women, Department of Economics. Her present portfolio is primarily to create career awareness among students with special emphasis career as company secretary. In order to bring career awareness and to disseminate information about ICSI, she is conducting career awareness program at various educational institutions, which she is quite passionate about. Mrs. Chitra Anantaraman has also coordinated some of the institute's programs like ICSI Convocation, Teachers Congruence in association with various universities, mega career awareness programs, and other national level programs, and also contributed write-ups of the proceedings of these programs in the e-newsletter of the Regional Council and Chartered Secretary. She was also the coordinator for the Management Skills Orientation Program, which is the prestigious program mandatory for all the students for becoming members of the institute. She was instrumental in setting up ICSI study centers at various universities and colleges in Chennai, Puducherry, Tiruchirappalli, Tanjore, Tirupati, Vellore, Kanchipuram, Devakotai, Kottayam, Ramanathapuram, Karaikudi, Anantapur, Port Blair, Lakshadweep Islands, and institution of ICSI Signature Award at IIM Trichy, SV University, Tirupati, Pondicherry University, Puducherry, University of Kerala, and Sri Krishnadevaraya University, Anantapur, to create synergy between the university education and professional education and to enhance the quality of education imparted to ICSI students. Now I shall introduce Mr. R. Balasubramaniam to you. Mr. R. Balasubramaniam is a practicing company secretary and is fellow member of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India. He is practicing since 2013. He has delivered guest lectures on subjects of corporate laws in forums such as the Institute of Cost Accountants of India, ICAI, the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, ICSI, and the Chennai West and Chennai South Study Circles of ICSI. He is also a visiting faculty member at ICSI SIRC for CS Professional Program. He has done his BCom from Vivekananda College, Chennai, and CS course from ICSI, Chennai. He has done his PG diploma in IPR laws from National Law School, Bangalore, and LLB from Dr. RML College of Law, Bangalore. I welcome both of them on behalf of the Postgraduate and Research Department of Commerce. My dear students, you are aware that a vast number of students who are pursuing CA, CMA, and CS courses are commerce students only. I am sure some of you will also be pursuing one of these programs. We have the 2 resource persons with us today, and I have immense pleasure in welcoming them on behalf of each one of you and on behalf of the Faculty of Commerce, DG Vaishnav College, Chennai. I now hand over the proceedings to our resource persons, Mrs. Chitra Anantaraman and Mr. R. Balasubramaniam. Over to them.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. Shall we continue?
Yes. Please continue, ma'am.
So, good morning and warm welcome to you all for this webinar being organized by Dwarakadas Govardhan Das Vaishnav College, Chennai. I, Chitra Anantaraman, on behalf of the Southern India Regional Office of the ICSI, proud to be a part of this program and address the students on career as a company secretary. I thank the management, principal, Professor Sheshadri Nathan, HOD of Commerce, Dr. J. Jayashankar, Head Department of Commerce, Dr. Manikandan sir, Madam Premalata, and all other faculties for organizing this wonderful program. The institute is proud to associate itself with such an institute of excellence, Vaishnav College. The association between Vaishnav College and the institute dates back more than 3.5 decades back, and this relationship between the college and the institute has been strengthened due to illustrious successive principals, the management of this great edifice. So all through these years, the college continues to function as the examination center, which is the testimony to this. I am thankful to Mr. Balasubramanian, practicing company secretary Chennai, for sharing his valuable time to be a part of this webinar. And we have also invited Mr. Shashankan, the alumni of DG Vaishnav College. He is a young company secretary, for sharing his success stories. And really, I am thankful to both of them. Now the entire world is facing a lot of challenges due to COVID, and it has derailed all our activities since March this year. Today we live in a world of convergence which is creating a new competencies. It is time for us to change, transform ourselves from doing homework to work from home in the present era. So therefore, as citizens, we are required to learn, adapt, and change. That is the only way we can retain our edge. In this process, we are required to upgrade our skills and also learn new skills in order to capitalize on this growing economy plus with opportunities. So this is the right time to plan. The students can plan from with their plus two pass qualification. Generally, to get admission in MBBS and engineering, the entry is a little bit difficult, and exit will be smooth and easy. So, but for this professional courses, the entry is free for everyone. With plus two hall ticket, any student can register for the CSEET course, and with their hard work and perseverance, they can come out as a professional company secretary. The cost, the investment for pursuing this course is also very less, not more than 50,000 rupees for completing this CS curriculum. So to brief about this course, okay, I will join from system, sir.
Sir, can you hear me? Your voice. Hello? Hello, sir?
Yeah, I'm happy to hear you, sir. Gokul, sir, I'm happy to hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sir, fine.
Yeah.
For pursuing the about this course, I will share an example. That is, to protect the country, there are three forces: Army, Air Force, and Navy. So likewise, to protect the corporate culture, three professionals. That is, Army is equal to CA, we can say, Air Force CMA, and Navy is CS. So there are 4 stages in this CS curriculum. CSEET, CS Executive Program entrance test is the first level. Then after clearing that examination, the students can register for the CS Executive Program, then CS Professional Program, then there is a training curriculum. After completing this CS course, the students can become a company secretary. The market demand for these professionals is upswing, is on the upswing. The tremendous growth opportunity is there for this profession of company secretaries. This is a senior level position, as already all the students are aware. After completing this professional course, the students will be appointed in a senior level position in a corporate. So through the PowerPoint presentation, I will try to present this. Okay. Madam, am I audible? Am I audible, madam?
Ma'am, you are audible only. You
Okay,
can very
okay.
well go ahead, madam. Yeah.
Can I share my PPT?
Please, madam, I think you could share your PPT. Bala here, you could share your PPT, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Can you see my share screen PPT? Can you see my PPT?
The PPT is not visible, madam. I think a blank screen appears. So can you just open your PPT again, ma'am? Yes, now we can see your PPT.
The Institute of ICSI is a statutory body under the Act of Parliament and controlled by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs. The ICSI is the only body which is set up to regulate and develop the profession of company secretary in India. And this is the role of company secretary. That is, Dr. Balasubramaniam will elaborately deal with the role of company secretary, who is a qualified company secretary. And the company secretary is a link between the board of directors and the stakeholders of the organization. His presence is there in everywhere in every activity. So as far as the ICSA is concerned, we have our headquarters in Delhi and 4 offices in metro cities, 34 chapters, one center of excellence at Hyderabad and DGVC, which is at Mumbai, and we have our presence throughout India. The institute has 60,000 qualified members both in employment and in practice. About 3 lakh students are currently enrolled in the company secretary course. We are conducting examination at 200 centers across the country. And 2017, we had an opportunity to invite the Honorable Prime Minister for our Golden Jubilee celebrations. So he is supporting the profession of company. He is supporting the profession of company secretaries. Now is it okay?
Yes, ma'am, it's okay.
Okay. So the motto of the ICSI is Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara. So one should speak the truth. And your advice, the company secretary's advice, whether it is right or wrong, has an impact on the corporate governance of the country. And as company secretary in employment, so with this qualification, company secretary qualification, the company secretary can go up to the ladder to become a key managerial personnel.
The Companies Act confers a special status to the company secretary as a key managerial personnel and bracketed him along with MD, CEO, and CFO. The appointment of full-time KMP has to be made by the board resolution, which is a testimony of the significance of the role of company secretary. So the appointment of company secretary will be made by the board of directors of the organization. And this is a very senior level position. Every listed company and other public company having paid up share capital of 10 crore or more, they have to appoint a whole-time key managerial personnel. So the demand is more, supply is less for these professional company secretaries. And the company other than a company covered which has a paid up share capital of 10 crore rupees or more shall have a whole-time company secretary. Then the company secretary in practice. So after becoming the members of the Institute of Company Secretaries of India, they have two options. They can practice on their own or they can be in employment as a company secretary. So as a company secretary in practice, these are all the roles they can do the secretarial services to every listed company, every public company having a paid up share capital of 50 crore or more. And as per section 204 of the Companies Act, the following companies are required to obtain secretarial audit. So secretarial audit they can do in all these companies. And under the SEBI listing requirements, the company secretary has to be mandatorily appointed as a company compliance officer in the organization. And employing a company secretary helps in the company secretary will be doing these services in employment. So the company secretary will be mobilizing resources from capital market, and he will be mobilizing resources through FDI, ECB, then managing corporate restructuring, project planning and execution, ensuring due diligence compliances of all the laws applicable to the company, then corporate social responsibility, and he is responsible for the best practices in corporate governance. The company secretaries are multifaceted professionals with all-round experience. So they will be working as a corporate manager and capable of undertaking wide gamut of work in all functional areas, in addition to their core area of legal and corporate compliance management. So if company doesn't engage a company secretary, suppose if a company has the paid up share capital of 10 crore or more, if they are not appointing a company secretary, the company has to pay the penalty to the government. They will be getting notice from the ministry, and the risk of non-compliance getting increases manifold. And if a company secretary is not there, they will be devoid of valuable advice to the business. Through the company secretary, he will be giving the advice for the development of the business. Then the opportunity cost also incurred in terms of penalty and interest. Then the director's risk increases. They are answerable to the government, so they have to go to the court. So these are all the drawback if the company is not appointing a company secretary. Then the main part is there are 4 stages to become a company secretary. The first level is CS executive entrance examination. So the eligibility for this registering to this is +2 hall ticket. With the +2 hall ticket or with the +2 mark sheet, any student can register for the first level CS executive entrance examination. Then there are 4 cutoff dates. The students can register before 15th April for writing the exam in May and 15th June for writing the exam in July. Now, due to COVID, the first CSEET exams could not be conducted. The last date has been extended up to 27th July. So the students who registered before 27th July, they can take up the CSEET examination on 29th August. And before October, if the student registers, they can take up the exam in November. And 15th December is the cutoff date for writing the exam in January 2021. The registration fee is only 1,000 rupees for this CSEET examination. So I request all the students to visit our website icsi.edu, and there is an icon that is CSEET. If they click on that, they can see the syllabus the how to register for the CS course and what are the examination dates, the classes where they can attend the classes is also available. So the SIRC has conducted the first set of CSEET classes, and the second CSEET classes have been commenced from 14th of this month. So even the students can register today and join for the classes. Every day the 4 hours classes will be there for the CSEET, morning 10 to 12 and evening 3 to 5. 4 hours classes daily is available. It is through online. The students can log in from their residence and they can attend the online classes. For that, we are collecting 3,000 rupees for the CC coaching classes, online coaching classes. And the subject, the CC shall be held on a single day, consisting of two parts, that is computer based test 120 minutes for business communication, legal aptitude and logical reasoning, then economic and business environment, current affairs. These are all the 4 subjects the students will be studying in the CSEET examination. So there is no mathematics in this CSEET examination. All are general topics. Once they get through this examination, they can register for the next level executive program. Then Viva will be there for 15 minutes on presentation and communication skills. So the aggregate of 50 marks the students have to secure, and 40 marks is the pass mark in each subject. The duration of the test will be 135 minutes, 120 minutes for MCQ test and 15 minutes for Viva. So there will be no negative marking in the CSEAT examination. So after clearing this examination, the students can enroll for the CS executive program. The eligibility and validity for the CS executive program is CS EET passed students or CS foundation passed students can directly enroll for the CS executive program, and final pass of CA and ICMAI students, they have to they can directly register for executive program, but they have to pay the exemption fee of 5,000 rupees for registration to the executive program. Exemption fee of 5,000. So once the student is registered for executive program, the registration is valid for 5 years, and there are many cutoff dates for registration to the executive program. 31st May is the cutoff date for writing both modules in December of the same year. Then 31st July is the cutoff date for writing one module in December. 30th November is the cutoff date for writing 2 modules in June, and January is the cutoff date for writing one module in June examination. So this is the second level. After clearing the second level, the students have to register for the CS professional program. Here also the validity is 5 years. The cutoff dates are the same as in the executive program. And CS course fee, the executive program, CC foundation pass students have to pay 8,500 rupees. Final pass of CA and CWA students can have to pay 13,500 inclusive of 5,000 rupees exemption fee for the CC. Then pre-examination test fee will be collected for 1,000 rupees. Then one-day orientation program fees will be collected for 600 rupees. And the students can visit the Chartered Secretary Journal. It is only optional. If they want to subscribe for the journal, they can. Otherwise, they need not subscribe for the Chartered Secretary. The previous issues are available in the website icsi.edu. Then the professional program registration 12,000 rupees, pre-examination test fees 1,000 rupees. So now we are conducting the pre-examination test to understand the preliminary on knowledge of the student on a particular subject. So after passing the pre-exam test only, the students can apply for the examination. Then the course details, the subjects are this. For the module 1 executive program, they will be studying these subjects: jurisprudence, interpretation and general laws, company law, setting up of business entities and closure, then tax laws. Then in corporate module 2, they have to study. Am I not audible, madam? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Students, PPT is being shared. I'm through my phone. Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible now. Again, there is some disturbances in your connection, it seems, madam. With loose connection in the headphone or something, I think that should be the issue.
Okay, shall I proceed? Students to know about their institute, role and responsibility of a company secretary, scheme of studies, course curriculum, duration of the program, examination pattern, modalities of training, skills and attitude required to be a CS. All these clues will be given to the students during this one-day orientation training program conducted by the Institute of Company Secretaries. Then the pre-membership training, which is also a part of curriculum. So the students with 1 month executive development program, 15 days online mode and 15 days offline mode. After passing the executive program, the students have to take up these training and 21-month practical training with industry or practicing company secretary. So this is also after passing the executive program. So during this 21-month practical training, the students have three advantages. That is, number one, they will be getting a stipend money. Then number two, they will be getting the practical exposure. And with that practical exposure, they can clear the professional examination in the professional examination. So these are all the advantages in the 21-month practical training with industry or with practicing company secretary. Then after completing this the program, there is 1 month residential corporate leadership training program is there. So this is after completing the professional training program, which is the last leg of the training program before getting the membership of the Institute of Company Secretaries. Exemption is because many students are many professionals are also studying these courses for their promotion and in their corporate. So for them, the exemption will be granted based on their practical experience. And regarding the placement and pay packages, the in the recent campus, the meritorious students have become fresh company secretaries and were picked up by regulators and reputed companies at attractive starting salaries. So in the large corporate and multinational companies, they are attracting huge pay packages ranging from 25 lakhs to 1 crore per annum. So salary packages, of course, depend on the capabilities and capacities of a person and vary from sector to sector. So this is the screenshot for registering to the CS executive entrance examination. So once the student wanted to register, they have to click on the icon register for the CS course. Then the screen will appear. They have to upload, keep ready all their documents, their photograph, scanned signature, then date of birth certificate, then admit card if they not got the result. So if they have the pass certificate, then they can click the pass certificate. Then category certificate, if they have any SC, ST candidates, they can attach that community certificate. Then some ID proof of their Aadhaar card or something they have to attach. They have to give the basic details about their name, data, their name, their address, parent name and other things. Then they can upload their documents and they have to pay the 1,000 rupees registration fee also through online. The gateway will open through that. The students can pay through debit or credit card for the CS executive entrance test. Then, as I told you, the online classes are being conducted for the CS-EET, CS Executive and Professional Program by the SIRC due to this COVID. So, the students can make use of these online classes conducted by the ICSI. For the more details can be explored by visiting our website icsi.edu and also SIRC website. All the announcements are available in the website. So in the classroom teaching, we have best faculties and concept clarity is there, and small batches of students will be there. Then all information at one place, a doubt clearance session will be there. Then reasonable fee we are collecting as compared to the private coaching centers, and the pre-examination test is exempted for the coaching classroom teaching students. Subject to the condition, they have to pass the examination in the offline mode, which is being conducted by the ICSI. And these are all the advantages of the coaching classes conducted by the institute. So 100% coverage of syllabus will be there. Optimal fee we are charging for the comparison to private centers. Then library facility with latest books will be available. Students can make use of SIRC library. Then distinguished faculties and a blend of academicians will be handling the classes. Then learning through practical learning. Then exemption from pre-exam test. Then demo lectures, mock test, and crash courses will be conducted for the coaching class students. And special program, special guest lectures will also be there. And the ICSI have signed MOU with 114 educational institutions and universities for the ICSI study centers. So through these study centers, we are approaching the students mostly in semi-urban and rural areas. We have study centers which is catering to the necessities of the college students. So along with their college education, they can pursue this professional course, company secretaryship course. And the ICSI signature award have been it's there. So as on date, we have signed 40 MOUs with the universities and the central and state government. And the purpose of this signature award, the ICSI will recognize 3 toppers of the university, and all the 3 toppers will be given the certificate by the ICSI. And the first topper will be given the 25,000 rupees worth gold medal, and all the three toppers can pursue this CS course without paying any money. So this is the way also we are motivating and encouraging the college students to take up the professional course, company secretaryship course. So for more details, the students can approach us by visiting our website. All the details are available, and now we have with us Mr. Balasubramaniam. He will share his experiences. How was his journey to become a professional company secretary? That he will definitely share his experiences. And I am thankful to the DG Vaishnav College for this opportunity. And in this situation, we have to accept changes and ready to face failures. So the failure is the process of success. We cannot see any successful persons without facing failures. So once again, I thank for the opportunity, patient hearing from the audience, and during this situation, stay safe and take necessary precaution if you are going out also. Thank you very much. After this Bala session and Shashangan, if he is available, he can also share his success stories. Then we will have question and answer session. Then we will conclude the program. Thank you very much.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for it. I'll take over. Could you please stop sharing your screen, madam? I'll start my share. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. So, good morning, friends. This is Bala here, practicing company secretary. And Chitra ma'am had now given you a brief introduction of what this course is about and what is the procedure to register, what are all the formalities involved, and what stages are this in this course. Let me give you more of a practical aspect of what is it that you will do in this course, so that you could very well be able to understand this course and you can be able to join if you're interested in this course. By the way, you very well know CS stands for company secretaryship. So let's talk about the first thing. How many companies are in India, registered companies? When you take this number, around 10 lakh registered companies are there in India. Okay, and this number is keeping on increasing only, not decreasing. On daily basis, lots of companies are being registered. We have this Make in India, we have this Atmanirbhar Bharat, lots of schemes being given by the central government and state government, because of which the number of companies are always on the increase monthly. So we have, as of now, around some 10 lakh companies in India, and every one of these 10 lakh companies, either directly or indirectly, will require the services of a company secretary. Okay, directly or indirectly. Okay, so we have 10 lakh companies there. So how many passed out company secretaries are there? Not even a lakh. Okay, see the demand and supply gap, friends. 10 lakh registered companies are there, and not even a lakh registered company secretaries are there. So the demand for this particular course is so huge. Okay, so first understand that. Okay, number one. Number two, now you would have heard of a concept called board meeting. Okay, you would have seen what you call, you would have studied in your company law, or you would have seen in movies, in your TVs, and all those things. Called attend board meeting and all those things. People will say that, right? Now, when you see in reality, who can attend the board meeting is only the board of directors could attend the board meeting. Now, apart from the board of directors, the company secretary is the person who is eligible to attend the board meeting. Okay, so all others, except if you're a board, unless you're a board of director or a company secretary, you cannot attend a board meeting unless you're specially invited. Okay, so a board meeting will be by default attended by a company secretary. Okay, so as I told you, lots of companies, these companies require the services of the company secretary. You could be when you are very well eligible to appoint the board meetings also. So as I told you, let's see what is the exact thing that you do in a company. Okay, the position that they give you in this company, wherever that you're working as a company secretary, is a top management position. Top management means you are equal to the managers, to the CFOs. Okay, you will report to either to the CFO of the company, or you will report either to the director or MD or even the chairman of the company. No one below that. You don't need to report to any other manager, any other HR and all. Okay, the moment you qualify as a company secretary, you are in the top level management of the company, and because of that, you will report directly to the top management and not to anyone else. Okay, that is number one. Number two, talking about the rewards, people often ask, what will be the starting salary for a company secretary? Okay, now when you complete a graduation and when you go a job, will the salary that you get in a job, will that be less when compared to the job of a company secretary? The answer is yes. As a company secretary, you are paid well. You know why you are paid well? Because you are in the top level management of the company, and you are reporting to the board of directors and to the senior management of the company, and for that particular reason you are paid well. Okay, on an average, let's say that on an average, the starting salary for a fresh company secretary can be minimum 30,000 rupees per month. 30,000 rupees per month. I mean, in 2012, when I joined a company as a company secretary, I got the pay salary of 30,000 rupees per month at that time. Okay, so now you could very well imagine all these things are there. Your salary will definitely be higher. Okay, minimum, this is what the salary that we are talking about. The moment you gain more experience, your salary will also increase manifold. Okay, now you're also aware of the COVID-19 situation, because of which lots of companies, you would have seen, they have started laying off their employees. Okay, they have started cutting the wages of the employees. We as a company secretary, since we are in the top management, we are not much affected by this COVID-19 crisis also. Okay, we have not seen any case where a company secretary has been thrown out of job due to COVID-19 crisis. Okay, so you are also protected against these other issues also. Okay, you will be getting somewhere around 30 to 40k minimum per month as a fresh company secretary. The moment you gain experience, your salary will also increase. So you are in top level management, you get so much of salary, that is fine. But what exactly is the work that you do as a company secretary? Okay, so let me explain practically what exactly the work you do as a company secretary. The first important work that you do as a company secretary is compliance. Okay, remember the word compliance. Compliance is nothing but, the meaning of the word compliance is nothing but following, abiding. Okay, so compliance means following the law. Okay, so your job is to ensure wherever you work as a company secretary, whichever company that you're working as a company secretary, that company complies or follows the applicable laws of the country. What applicable laws? There are lots of laws in India, you very well know. Companies Act is a law. Okay, SEBI Act is a law. Factories Act is a law. So lots of laws are there being passed by central government. So your main job is to ensure, first, you need to find out what are all the laws that are applicable for your company. Okay, not all the laws may be applicable for your company, friends. For example, let's say that your company is a manufacturing company, so it has a factory. Okay, in that case, Factories Act 1948 will be applicable for your company. So you need to comply with Factories Act also. On the other hand, let's say your company is an IT company. Okay, all you have is only an office, an IT office, that's it. You don't have a factory at all. In that case, Factories Act is not at all applicable for you. So you have to find out what are all the laws that are applicable for your company, and then you have to ensure you follow, you comply, or you abide by those laws. Okay, there are lots of laws there, out of which I'll tell you what are all the important laws. The Companies Act, SEBI Act, FEMA Act, GST, income tax. These are some of the important laws that you have to ensure that you need to follow. Okay, you need to read the law, you need to understand the law, and if the law says that you need to what you call file a return, you file a return with the government. If the law says you need to maintain some records, you maintain some records. If the law says you need to have a board meeting, you conduct a board meeting. Okay, so the first condition, the first function, the foremost function, the important function that you do as a company secretary that I told you is compliance. Okay, apart from compliance, number two, the next important thing that you do is meeting. Okay, under the company, it's called company secretariat. Under a company, when you see under the Companies Act, there are lots of meetings are there. Board meeting, shareholders meeting, committee meeting, creditors meeting, and all those things are there. Okay, now you are the person who will organize these meetings. Okay, organize means you will prepare the necessary notice for the meeting, agenda for the meeting. You will circulate it to the respective persons, and during the meeting, whenever they come, you get their sign in attendance register, and you take note of what is happening in the meeting. You prepare minutes of the meeting. Minutes is nothing but the proceedings of what happened in the meeting. You prepare the minutes of the meeting, and then you file it with the particular authorities. Okay, when it comes to the meeting part also, you are the person who will ensure you will take care of the entire activities for the meeting right from beginning to end. The entire organizing part of the meeting will be done by you. It can be a board meeting, it can be a shareholders meeting, anything. So as I told you, that's why I told you, you will meet only the top persons in your management, the directors, the CFO, the MD, the chairman. That's how you will be meeting the persons, by the way. Okay, so first job, as I told you, is compliance. Number two, the important function that you need to do is meetings. Okay. Number three, the other important thing that you do as a company secretary is drafting. What exactly you mean by drafting? Drafting is nothing but preparation of records. Okay. There are lots of records that you need to prepare as a company secretary in the company. Let's say that a board meeting is being conducted. Okay, for a board meeting, you should call the directors for a board meeting. So for calling them, you need to send them something called as notice. Okay, the notice will be accompanied something called as agenda, which will contain nothing but the list of business that are to be discussed at the board meeting. Okay, so this notice, this agenda will be prepared by you. Once the meeting gets over, the minutes, which is nothing but the proceedings of the meetings, will also be prepared by you only. Okay, not only this, friends, what you call every company will prepare something called as an annual report. Annually, they will prepare something called annual report and circulate it to all the shareholders, okay, before their annual general meeting. This annual report also, most of the documents will be compiled by you, and you need to draft certain things also, prepare certain things on your own. Okay, so the third important thing, as I've told you, is drafting, which is nothing but preparation or writing of records. Okay, you as a company secretary will be required to prepare lots of documents. You will also be required to prepare lots of agreements also, friends. Okay, let's say a company is entering into agreement with some other supplier or a customer. Most of the times, you as a company secretary, you will also be preparing that agreement. Okay, or the agreement will be prepared by someone else. They will give it to you so that you check it. Okay, so all the preparation part, okay, the drafting part will also be done by you. So what it indirectly says is, a company secretary, you are an expert. You will be an expert in your communication skills. Okay, both your written communication, written is where you draft all these things, and oral communication is where you go to the board meeting, you present to the directors. Okay, so This course helps you to achieve that in communication skills also. Okay, so these three are the main functions, friends. Okay, number one, compliance. Number two, meetings. Number three, drafting. Apart from that, there are other functions also, but mainly please know that these are the important functions of a company secretary. Okay, now the next one with regard to this particular course, we very well know that ICSI is the only organization which gives you this eligibility of giving this course. Only when you become a member of ICSI, you can be a company secretary. This has been there in the Companies Act itself. If you go to the Companies Act, if you see definition of a company secretary, it will say a company secretary is a person who is a member of ICSI. So you should qualify the exams passed given by ICSI, and once you become a member, you could very well become a qualified company secretary. Okay, now about this course, as Chitra ma'am told you, it's a correspondence course. It's not a full-time course. What's correspondence? Meaning you don't need to go and attend the classes compulsorily. Okay, you very well, what you call, you go to the, everything is made online now, by the way, friends. You go to ICSE website, you register. The moment you register, you pay the fee, the books will automatically come to your home. Okay, you need to study. Again, for enrolling for exams, again you go online, enroll for exams, hall ticket you can very well download. All you need to do is only go to the exam center and write the exams. Okay, the attending classes is not at all mandatory, but however, if you wish so, if you want to attend classes, you could very well attend classes. Our institute itself is arranging classes for you. Our institute itself is taking classes. Apart from our institute, there are certain private institutes, they also take these classes. Okay, so every registration, as I told you, is completely online. You don't need to go anywhere. By sitting at your home itself, you can very well register. Books will automatically come to you. Then you could very well decide whether you could go to class or not. And even if you want to go to class, as I told you, there are lots of choices available. Lots of private centers are there. Even institute is also there. You could very well make a choice by selecting any coaching center, whichever is useful for you, and you could go for classes. Okay, and the next one, can work from home also. Another important thing, especially we realized in this COVID-19 situation, for the past 4 months, most of the company, most of us are sitting at home, right? Now, a company secretaries can very well work from home also. How? All you need is just a laptop, what you call a net connection, and something with which you could very well, everything is made electronically now. Okay, now in the course, the moment you qualify as a company secretary, there are two options available for you. One, you could start your employment. That is, you go and work as a company secretary, as an employee in any company. Or the other option is, you could go and start your practice, your own practice. Meaning, you are not in employment, you are your own freelancer. Okay, it's up to you to make a choice whether to be in employment or whether to be in practice. Okay, both of these stages, whether in employment and practice, as I've told you, both of them have equal opportunities, friends. You go and what you call employed in a particular company, the company will pay you salary every month and you report to the company, that's for the company. You go and start your own practice. For starting your own practice, nothing else is required. As I told you, a laptop, a net connection, a printer is required for starting your own practice. That's how I started my own practice. And with that help of that, you could very well work from home. You can very well file all these forms. You can very well prepare all these records, because as you very well know, all these things are electronical now. Records, filing with the government, everything is made online, electronical. So by sitting at home itself, you could very well do it. Okay, so this especially is for girls who feel that they may not be able to go to work. Okay, it's a very useful option in which they could opt for practice, by which they can very well, sitting at their home itself, they could work. Most of the company secretaries that we have seen, some of them who are in practice, they are working from home only. They do not have a separate office at all. Okay, as I told you, all you need is a computer with which you could very well do. And again, if you're in practice, it's up to you to determine the time. You can work for a couple of hours a day, 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day. It's completely up to you. Okay, employment and practice, both of them have numerous advantages, friends. So this course helps you to give you this advantage. Okay, you could make a choice at that time whether you need to go for employment or practice at that time. Okay, and anything with regard to the course. Okay, be it can be registration, as Chitra ma'am was saying that you need to attend certain orientation programs or something, or if you're unable to find any company for your employment, or if you're unable to find any internship, any help whatsoever, our institute will help you regarding that. Okay, so our institute, you could very well call to our institute. We will help you with regard to registration procedure. If your books are not coming, please let us know so that we can do the needful. Or if you are unable to get a job, our institute once in a quarter, okay, once in a quarter conducts campus interviews. Campus interviews are being conducted in our institute, wherein you could come, you could attend, you could take interviews on companies and other firms, and you could very well what you call get employed. Institute is going to help you right from starting to beginning for the completion of course. Any doubts that you have, you could very well let us know so that we could very well help you regarding that. Okay, that is that. Moving on, coming to the fees part, Chitra ma'am also told you about the fees, friends. The fee is very less. It's completely less when compared to your other postgraduate courses. Okay, the semester fee that you pay for one semester for a postgraduate course, total combined, okay, that is more than the entire fees that you pay in ICSA for all the 3 stages of CS, EET, executive, professional, all combined. Okay, the fee is very less. You need to pay registration fee and exam fee, that is it. Coaching classes, as I told you, it's not mandatory. Even if you want to go for coaching classes in our institute, coaching classes are conducted at nominal rates. Okay, the fee is very less. Okay, and moreover, we also have scholarships for deserving students. Okay, you could very well obtain those scholarships, and with those scholarships, you could very well study even without paying the less fee also. Okay, now you could very well think that this course has these much of advantages, they pay you so well, you are in top level management of the company. Is this really easy? Of course it is easy. There's only one thing where people, I mean, we need your hard work. That is only on studying and passing the exam. Okay, clearing the company secretary exam is not impossible, friends. People say it is tough, nothing like it, no tough and all, but it will be challenging. Challenging means they will test you. Okay, because this course is like more of a professional level course, and they expect you to be a professional, and they will check whether you have that particular knowledge to be a professional, and so they will test you. Okay, so this is one course where everything is easy, but only one thing where you need to put your hard work, that is on studying and clearing exams. If you be focused and if you start studying, if you clear, this could very well help you a lot, by the way. Okay, now moving on, by the way, the other areas of practice, as I told you, there are lots of, the first foremost function of a company secretary is compliance, as I told you, and under this compliance, lots of laws are applicable for a company. Now, as a company secretary, these are some of the important laws that you will see on a day-to-day basis. As a company secretary, the registrar of companies, that is nothing but your Companies Act, Reserve Bank of India, Securities and Exchange Board of India, when the company gets listed, all the listed companies whose shares are registered in stock exchange. So the listed companies, they also, in addition to the Companies Act complaints, they also need to comply with SEBI complaints. So you also need to check with SEBI complaints. National Company Law Tribunal, it's quasi-judicial body wherein you could go and file a legal action for any cases arising out of Companies Act and Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Then GST, GST, very well known concept, friends. You know what it is, by the way. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, again, it's a particularly new concept wherein people could, creditors could easily recover the money from the corporate debtors. Intellectual property rights, that is nothing but your patents, trademarks, copyrights, okay, industrial designs, geographical indications. Now, all these authorities that I have given here, all these authorities recognize the post of company secretary. Okay, you can practice in any one of these areas also, and any one of the, I mean, every single area is ocean here. Okay, lots of areas are there wherein you could very well go and practice, you could very well go and explore doing the work, friends. Okay, so these are all the works that you do. So just have it in mind. Just now you would have an idea of what is it that you exactly do as a company secretary. These are all the areas that you will see as a company secretary, by the way. Moving on, friends, by the way, role. Now, as I told you, we discussed about the functions of a company secretary. Our very own Companies Act 2013. Okay, Companies Act 2013, when you read section 205 of the Companies Act, this section 205 itself gives you, as a company secretary, what are your functions. Compliance with company law, compliance with secretarial standards, we discussed compliance, by the way, friends. Guidance to directors, which is nothing but you will guide the directors in running the company. See the level of reporting that you are in. Okay, facilitate and organize meetings, as I told you, you will also organize meetings. Obtain approvals from government, meaning you are the face of the company. Company secretary is nothing but you are the company secretary, not the MD secretary. Please keep that in mind. People mistake it for personal secretary. No, you are the company secretary. Just like the government has someone called a chief secretary, who is nothing but an IAS officer. Company has its own company secretary, who is nothing but a CS qualified person. That is the level that you are. Okay, you were very well. You can authorized to go and get any approvals from government on behalf of your company. Okay, you can represent before various authorities, meaning you could go and represent before a registrar of companies or before RPI or before National Company Law Tribunal, saying that you are a company secretary and representing this company. They will recognize you. Okay, assisting the board in affairs of the company, meaning you will help the board of directors in running the company. You will advise the board in corporate governance. Again, it's another extended term for compliance and such other duties also, if the board says, you will follow. Okay, these are your functions, friends. Point number 1 and 2, 3, 4. Again, it says you will draft. As I told you, drafting is another important function that you will do. Annual report, director's report. These reports are being drafted every year, and you as a company secretary will play an important role in this. Okay, more reporting responsibilities for listed companies, meaning if you are a company secretary of a listed company, what you call, you need to report not only to the Companies Act under to the ROC under Companies Act, but also to the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI. Okay, and last, fourth point, you could also be appointed as an internal auditor or a CFO if you are having proper finance experience also, because for appointing as an internal auditor or a CFO under the Companies Act, no eligibility criteria required. Only for appointing a CS there is an eligibility criteria, which is you should be a member of ICSA. If you want to get appointed as a CFO internal auditor, no eligibility criteria under the Companies Act. Anyone can be appointed as long as you have the necessary experience in that particular field. Moving on. In practice, we discussed about the role in employment. In practice, let's say that you want to start your own practice, your own consulting, your own boss basically. Okay, what is it? What is the scope that you have? First one, secretarial audit is mandatory for certain companies. Okay, now certain bigger type of companies, when you see the company set, will give you what the eligibility criteria of what type of companies they are. Certain bigger type of companies, what they need to do annually is they will get their financial statements audited annually, balance sheet, profit and loss account. In addition to that, they should also get their compliance audited by a secretarial auditor, by a practicing company secretary. What will this practicing company secretary do? This practicing CS will go and visit the company, will audit and check whether the company is complying correctly or not. Okay, this PCS, practicing CS, will list out what are all the laws applicable for your company, and then the practicing CS will tell whether the company is compliant with it or not. Okay, so that work you have as a practicing company secretary. Number 2, annual return. Annual return is nothing but a form that all the companies are required to file annually with the registrar of companies. Okay, this annual return has to be certified by a company secretary or by a practicing company secretary. Okay, number 3, incorporation. Okay, so incorporation is nothing but forming of new companies. As I've told you, lots of companies are being registered on a day-to-day basis, right? Most of these companies are registered by practicing company secretaries only. Okay, point number 4, you can also be appointed as an internal auditors if with experience. If you have proper experience, you could also get appointed as an internal auditor and advising on company law compliance for companies having not which are not having a whole-time company secretary. If you recall, I have told you there are close to 10 lakh companies. Okay, out of this 10 lakh companies, the law says that any company which is having a paid up capital of 10 crore or more should appoint a company secretary in employment. Okay, so let's say that out of the 10 lakh companies, 1 lakh company has paid up capital of 10 crore or more. Okay, so they have appointed company secretaries. What happens to the rest 9 lakh companies which are not required to appoint a company secretary, but still they should have to comply with company law? The answer is yes. Even this 9 lakh companies have to comply with the company law. And what you call the practicing company secretary is a person who will help these companies by advising them on how to comply with the company law. Okay, and certification of various e-forms is nothing but lots of forms that you file with the government. As a practicing company secretary, you will certify, you will file. Without your certification, the government will not accept, and the moment you certify, the government will immediately approve the form. Okay, that much of trust is given on you as a company secretary. The last point, appearances before NCLT and NCLAT, National Company Law Tribunal and Appellate Tribunal, wherein you as a company secretary could go and appear. Okay, now take an example in a high court. Okay, in a high court, only an advocate could go and appear. Okay, not anyone else. But in this National Company Law Tribunal, not only advocates, but these professionals, chartered accountants, cost accountants, company secretaries, can also go and appear before the authority. That is the recognition given to you, friends. Okay, so now you will have an idea of what this course is and what is the role of ICSA in helping you this course. All we want you from you is only your hard work in clearing your exams, friends. The moment you clear your exams, the scope is so much. Companies, lots of companies are there who are wanting a company secretary, and either in employment or if you want to start your own practice, lots of works will come to you. You have more scope. You are the what you call the course is much rewarding, friends. Okay, and when you see the point that this has only less fee. Okay, the course, when you see the fees, very less when compared to other PG courses. So you could definitely make this use of good opportunity. Okay, most of the subjects that you deal in this course will consist of law subjects only. Okay, general laws, economic laws, commercial laws, capital market and securities laws, company law, and all those things. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. Why? Because your main job is compliance. Your job is to ensure your company complies with the applicable laws. So that's why you will read more laws. Theory will be more when compared to your sums, unlike your other courses of CA and CMA. In CA, you will read more about accounts audit. In CMA, of course, you will read more about your costing. In CS, you will read more about laws. Okay, if you are interested in any law related subjects, you could very well make use of this, friends, by the way. I hope now you have an idea of what this course, friends. Please let me know if you have any doubts in this particular thing, or I'll just give back to Chitra ma'am so that she can take it forward, and to the other speaker also. I think we have one more speaker here who can give their own experience on this course, friends. So please, yeah, thank you.
Are you available? Shashangan?
Yes, ma'am. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah. Please carry on.
Okay. Good afternoon. Jai Shri Krishna. I am Shashangan Suresh here, and I thank the faculty of DGVC and Chitra ma'am for providing me this opportunity to interact with you people. If I am not audible, kindly inform me. Hope everyone is in good health. And now we have seen in depth about the CS course and the role of opportunities for CS from Chitra ma'am and Bala sir. So I'm going to tell my own personal experience from it. I am alumni of our college. I cleared BCom General in 2019 examinations, and also I am a professional cleared student. That is, I took up CS and BCom at the same time. I cleared my CS Foundation in the year 2016 and scored All India third rank in it. And then in my second year, I cleared my CS Executive, and in the final year, I cleared my CS Professional. So now I am currently undergoing training, and within the coming months, I am hopeful that I will complete the profession and get my membership number. So giving this small introduction, I am going to tell why should you opt for CS and why I feel CS was a better one. So taking a professional course in college was giving synergy to me. That is, you will be having common subjects in college and in CS. For example, let's take tax, accounts, cost, management accounts, and other subjects. You would be already reading it in your professional course, and then also in college they will be teaching it to you. And first of all, CS is a tough course. Many people think CS is a tough course, but I feel that any person with some any person with determination and effort can easily clear this. So and being second year and third year students, you people can also start a professional course and clear the same. And for the tips which I'm going to give now, these will be helpful for you in preparing for examinations. First, I would like to tell that our college is so much flexible in helping us to do a professional course, because while I was doing my college and professional course, there were some days in which I could not come to college at time. That is, let's say your college is from 8:15. I did it in day college, so it starts by 8:15. Sometimes, due to some personal reason, my classes, I would be late around 8:30. I'd be there, but teachers were considerate enough to pardon me at that time and allow me. Likewise, during college, our college timing for day and evening will be in such a way that there is a half day for everyone who can use it for the better purpose. So now, if you start it, it will be useful for you to continue and complete a profession. And for before even selecting a course or your examination, first of all, you should be focused enough, and you should start your you should start, and you should not have a wavering mind. That is, many people which whom I feel, they say, I don't know what should I do, CA or CS or CMA. Sometimes doubts may arise, but once you decide a course, fix to it and start doing it. Don't matter what others say. They may say it is difficult, or you may choose this or that. But once you decide one, you just continue with that, and that will help you out. And for examinations too, that is same. If you're going to do CS Inter, you'll be having two groups. Some people would be having certain confusions during the exam time or before the exam. That is, should I write it now or should I postpone it, etc. Don't have that. Prefix it. We are going to do this, or this is where we are going to do. That's how it works, and that will be useful, and that helps actually. Next, you have to, while preparing for any professional course, you have to study every day. Yeah, every day you need to study at least for half an hour. Sometimes you may be busy. Sometimes college might have a culturals or other events, or you will be having a personal function, even whatever it is. Yeah, you can go for your functions, or you can take part in culturals, other college culturals also. But try to be in touch with the subject and study every day and be healthy. That is, from my personal experience, I'm saying this. During exam time, many people fall sick, either because of their eating habits or because of the stress, whatever it is. They fall sick. They are sometimes they could not even write the exams. So try to be healthy, and in this COVID time, it is very imperative on us to be healthy. Try to avoid outside food. Always have take fruits and vegetables. It will be giving you immunity, and you can proceed your exams or your further career. Next one, avoid night study. Yeah, I personally started my night study when I was in second year, but it never paid off. So it's better to start at early morning and then continue your study, because early morning study gives a lot of time for you for preparation, and you can easily remember it or recollect it. Better than night, you can choose early morning, which will be helpful. The next one is, as I said, avoid night study and study at the early morning. Obviously, you need to wake up early. Try to wake up around 5 o'clock every day. Yeah, you're going to do a professional course or you're going to for a job, whatever it is. Try to wake up early in the morning. Don't be late. Don't wake up let's say 7, 8 o'clock. I have seen my friends who wake up at 7 or 8, but it's not good. The next one is, you use your colleagues, use internet, you study with them, group study, that helps. You can have a chat at the same time study, your concentration in the subject will improve. From practical experience, I'm saying this. You have to study with your colleagues and use internet for the betterment. And the next one is, once you take CS as a profession or course, use the institute library. Go to the institute which is in Beechcroft Road. You can Google it. The exact address will be there. Go there, get your membership for the library and access it. And even in a college, our library is being useful. You can go there and take the books. From a practical experience, I'm saying this. There was a subject for you also. If you take up CS, there will be a subject called banking, which is an elective subject. There, I took a college library book for examination, which was very useful. So go to our college library and use it, and also go to the institute library. There are a variety of books from different authors on different subjects in our institute. You can use it there, and you can use this to clear your exams. Next one is, during examination time, I would suggest you to fix a timetable, or some people I didn't suggest for your normal study also. You can have a timetable and study. You have to in-depth study subject or a topic. For example, let's say you're taking up subject such as business communication. Then you need to select the topic which you are going to study this day, and then in the topic, how many parts? Either you're going to complete the full topic, or in depth to it, you have to study that way. That one helps it. Unless until you plan your study, it won't be useful, because one day you will be taking the other subject. Then if you next day you go for the other one, there is a chance that you might forget the subject which you read yesterday. So you just plan it accordingly, according to your wish. And while planning it, you have to individually plan your study time, because some people, they will be comfortable in studying for half an hour, then taking a rest of 15 minutes and then another half an hour. But some it will be easy for them if they study for a considerable number of time. Take for me, for example, around 3 hours study and 1 hour break would work out. So that's why whenever I plan my study, I will plan it that way. Likewise, you manage your semester holidays, which will be very much useful. For me, semester holidays was a boom because November month our exam gets over and they give semester holidays for the month of November, and December month I'll be having my exams. So I will be utilizing this for my exams and write them. Likewise, you have to cover your own syllabus or subject. That is, if there is, you can once you are fixed to start a professional course or CS course, you have to fix whatever you're going to read. You are trying to read everything. You are not only writing an exam, but you're choosing a career. So every concept in it should be. It is important. So you need to know everything in it. Don't try to skip subjects or skip chapters or just say there is no shortcut to success. So the only way is hard work. So you need to study everything in it or at least have a knowledge about it. And these are my personal experiences, which I felt would be great if I shared to you so that you, in your professional course or even in CS course, you can use it. Thank you. And I'm now giving to Chitra ma'am.
Thank you very much for your tips for the students. Really, they would have motivated and really it would have been useful for them. They will apply all your ideas and tips, whatever you have shared. So, thank you very much for your time and sharing your experiences, your journey as a CS. Thank you, Shashankan. Wish you all the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Prema madam?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Any question answer session? Some students asked the duration of the course in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding the duration of the course, it is in their hands only. They can complete within 2.5 to 3 years, depending upon the attempts, how many attempts they take in all the stages of the course.
Yes,
So if
ma'am.
they clear everything in first attempt, they can easily get through the exam within 3 years.
Okay.
So it depends upon their involvement and involvement in the particular subjects. They have
Okay.
to focus and write the exams, clear the exams in one attempt. They can very well complete in 3 years. That is the answer. Then any
Students,
other?
you have any queries regarding this program?
Any direct entry available? They are asking. It is completely anybody can direct entry is there. One question is there in the chat box. So the students, as I told the students, I request all the students to visit our website icsi.edu and the instructions are available today itself. They can register for the CS course, CS executive entrance examination. If they are +2 pass, they can directly enroll for executive entrance exam. And even if they are graduates or postgraduates, now they have to clear the CS-EET examination to go to the next level executive program. So they can explore more detail through our website and directly they can register for the CS-EET examinations. There is no printed study material. The syllabus is available in the website. They can make use of the syllabus study material which is available in the website. And they can make use of the classes which is online classes conducted by the ICSI also. Then we have a scholarship scheme which I have not covered in my presentation. So the students can explore by visiting our website. Student Education Fund Trust scheme is there. Through that, the students can get the scholarships. Meritorious students and SC/ST students can avail the scholarship. The details are available in the website. They can explore, and application form is there. Once they register, they can apply for the scholarship and get back the registration fee also. And one more point which I could not cover, that is the MOU which we have signed with the Indira Gandhi National Open University, by which the students can get BCom and MCom graduation. So any student after clearing the CS-EET and executive program, they can register for the executive for the BCom course with IGNO, and they have to write only 4 papers to get the BCom degree. Likewise, after passing the CS professional examination, the students can enroll with the Indira Gandhi National Open University for the MCom corporate governance course. So in that curriculum, there are 18 papers. Out of 18 papers, the students are given 9 papers exemption. The students have to take up only 9 papers to get the MCOM corporate governance qualification. So any student who is planning with his plus 2 hall ticket, within 4 to 5 years, they can get these 3 qualifications, BCom, MCom and ACS. Then if they try for employment, they will easily get employment in a senior level position. If I complete CA Inter, then I register for CS Inter. No, they have to take up that CSEET examination. There is no reciprocal. Previously it was there, but now, previously even the graduates and postgraduates can take up directly executive program, but now the amendments have come and they have to clear the CS executive entrance examination. After passing the CA professional, they can directly enroll for executive program. They need not take up CS executive entrance test. Is it clear? Then, ma'am, if I complete CA Inter, then can I register for direct entry for CS? Can I do the course by my CA articleship? No, there is no reciprocal arrangements for the students with CA and CS Institute. That is different. This is different. Okay. Then can I do CS simultaneously along with BCom? Certainly you can take up B. That's why Shashangan has shared his experience. He could complete CS professional exam when he could complete BCom final year. Why not? You can definitely do that. Then, and a CA member can practice both CS and CA. They have to take up any one profession only. They cannot do both. Whether Bala can supplement this question,
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Yeah, of course.
please.
Yeah, a CA member can practice both CS and CA. The answer is of course no, friends, because as if you, I mean, even if you were a triplet, a CS, CMA as well as a CS, okay, you could practice only one profession. Okay, it's up to you to make a choice whether you want to practice a CS or a CA. Okay, and again the same thing goes for lawyer also. If you're also enrolled as a what you call bar counsel, okay, you have to make a choice whether you want to practice as a lawyer or a company secretary or a chartered accountant. You cannot do all the three simultaneously. You can do any one of them only. Yeah.
Any other questions, madam? Prema, madam?
Hi, ma'am. Just now I saw one question.
Yeah, CS classes will be online or through practical only. As of now, we are holding it online because of the COVID-19 crisis. And previously, we used to have classes in classrooms only. So now that after this post-COVID, we need to see how exactly the world's going to be, and then only we can decide. But now, for the time being, we are holding in online only. But we will also hold it in what you call practical in classrooms once the COVID-19 gets over.
Incidentally, Bala is also a faculty for the CS students. He is also taking classes for the CS students.
Students, you have any queries about the session?
They can also give feedback about the session, how it was useful to them.
Classroom timing, again, it differs, friends. By the way, we have in our institute there are two batches. One is being held in morning, other is in evening. So it will differ, and what you call the time is subject to change also. So there's no fixed time, and this time will be adjusted towards your college timing also. The classes will not be conducted towards your college time. It will be either before or after your college timings only. The classes will be conducted. Yeah, you could just check with our institute to know exactly what are the timings for this class.
Please check our website, SIRC website. The announcement is given about the timing, fees, how you can pay the money. Everything is available. So from the home page, you can see the SIRC website. There you can find all the announcements about the classes.
Yeah. So when will class start? The question is again, the classes are being conducted now, friends. It will start once in 2 or 3 months. A new batch will automatically start in our institute. So you could, if you get touch in institute, they will let you know when the next batch will start. Accordingly, you could very well enroll. And please tell us about the minimum pay in articleship. Again, when you're going for articleship, it's more of like a training stipend only will be given, not a salary to you. So the minimum stipend may differ from industry to industry. So bare minimum you could expect somewhere around 3,000 to 5,000 per month, friends, because you have to learn during the articleship time, and that's a stipend being given to you. Okay, so yeah. Can you tell me the website name? The website name is icsi.edu. Education, friends. ICSI, Institute of Company Secretaries of India.edu. Okay. How many times exams will be conducted per year? 2 times. One in June, other is December. Only one this time. June we had to cancel the examination because of the COVID-19 crisis. So June and December are the times when exams will be conducted. By the way. You could very well study 3 professional courses at one go also. Okay, there is no restriction because all the 3 professional courses are what you called correspondence only. It's not full time. But the moment you qualify those three, okay, you have to choose whether you want to practice which one. You can practice any one only, not all the three of them simultaneously. That is one. Yeah. Website name, I could very well just type it out. That's the best in www.icsa.edu. This is the website wherein you could go and you could get all the details about our course, friends.
And first group, some student is asking first group, any group of your choice you can take up. Any group of your choice. It is not that first group you have to pass, then only you have to take up the second group. It's not like that. Even in final, in executive, everywhere. According to your interest, you can take up the classes, exams. Any other questions, madam?
No, madam.
Okay, shall we wind
Anything.
up?
So, ma'am, fee structure they are asking, ma'am.
The fee structure for CS course. Yeah.
So for the CS executive entrance test, the students have to pay 8,500 rupees. Then after clearing for the CS executive entrance test, 1,000 rupees is the registration fee. After passing the CS EET examination for the executive program, the students have to pay 8,500 rupees. Then they have to pay the pre-examination test fee of 1,000 rupees, and after that one-day training program, 600 rupees. For the professional program, 12,000 rupees is the registration fee, and 1,000 rupees will be the pre-examination test fee. It is the coaching classes are all optional. They can take up the coaching classes either at the institute or there are many online classes are available. For that, they have to invest separately. I request all the students to visit the website and explore more details about this curriculum, course, subjects, everything. Even the syllabus is available in the student corner. The syllabus is available. Executive and professional program study materials are available. Please go through that and then decide to register for the CS course. Whether such fees is registration fee is different. For the classes, you have to pay separately. For the CS EAT classes, we have collected 3,000 rupees. First set, second session is also going on. 14th July, we have commenced the classes for second batch of CS EET. For that, we are charging a nominal fee of 3,000 rupees only for the faculty honorarium. Whereas the private centers are charging very huge money. For executive program also, we charge very minimal amount, 7,000 rupees per group.
Students, do you have any more queries?
We have covered all the points, madam.
What, ma'am?
We have covered all the points regarding the course, curriculum, fee structure, and
Yes,
all.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Bala has
Yes.
covered the professional aspects of the CS course.
De- Depth and detailed knowledge you given the
Okay.
student, no doubts.
Okay, madam.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Practical
Practical.
training.
It is 21 months. 21 months practical training after clearing the CS executive program. Okay. Only after clearing the CS executive program, the students are eligible to take up the practical training for 21 months.
Okay. Ma'am, shall we conclude the session? But Chitra ma'am, shall we conclude the session or we wait for?
Yeah, madam. Yeah, you can.
Okay. A very good afternoon to all. This is Dr. R. On behalf of Department of Commerce, DG Vaishnav College, feels immense pleasure to propose a vote of thanks for this webinar. I thank the Secretary of our college, Sri Ashok Raji, and our Principal, Dr. R. Ganesan sir, for the valuable substance for all our endeavor. I extend my grateful thanks to Dr. J. Devankar sir, Head Department of Commerce, Shift 1, and Professor S. Sheshadri Nathan sir, Head Department of Commerce, Shift 2, for their motivation and valuable support for making this webinar a grand success. I extend my sincere thanks to the dignitaries of the day, Mrs. Chitra Anantaraman Madam and C.S. Subramanian sir, for the inspirational thoughts and views. And I am happy to thank our alumni, Mr. V.R. Sashangan Suresh, for sharing the successful story for his career of his career. This session will be very informative and useful, madam, to useful to the students to enlighten them in their career. We are looking forward the same strong relationship with ICSI in future also. I thank Dr. K.B. Manikandan sir, who initiated this program and gave us opportunity to organize this webinar. I thank Professor Gnanasegaran sir for providing technical for conducting this webinar. Last but not the least, I thank our beloved students for their active participation. Thank you, students. Once again, I thank everyone presented here. Thank you all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Chitra, thank you for the opportunity, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
Bala.
sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye,
Bala
sir.
Okay. Yes.
elaborately explained all those professional aspects. Thank you very much, Bala.
Thank
for
you.
your
Ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anytime, ma'am. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we will
Thank you,
close.
ma'am. We'll close, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.